as I continually mix things up. What's up, Stu?
Hey, how are
What's
you, Jim?
happening? How are you?
Good.
That's good. Good. We were talking before we jumped on. You're like, "Hey, you having a good week?" And it's like, "Hey, I'm having a good week. We're busy, busy, busy as always. Lots of good things going on, but I do have a bit of a mini rant that I will share
Well,
here
you,
in
you know
just a
who's
second.
you know who's not having a good week, Jim?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes, already. It's only Wednesday, and he's had a really bad week.
No, I'm of the conspiracy theory that there's something else going on. That this is an obfuscation play, like in football, where you're like, hey, the play is happening over here, and then somebody's doing a run around into the end zone untouched. I think there's something else afoot. But I watch too many Tom Clancy movies and read too many mystery books with, plots that go like this.
Yeah, I think you give people way too much credit.
I was just about to say, I think we give people way too much credit. It's like, I honest to goodness, I don't see the people that I'm talking about having the wherewithal to actually plan that well. It all seems reactive, but that is not what I wanted to talk about. That is not the little mini rant that I wanted to have.
That is not the Mr. Pickles moment that I want to have.
I read a book, gosh, uh, dude, it's got to have been 30 years ago now. In 1991. Can you believe 1991 was 30 years
I
ago?
know I'm having my 30th reunion next week.
And hey, Leslie, hey, Sean, your 30th reunion. Wow, the cool thing is you don't have to like go anywhere. You don't have to get a hotel. You don't have to do any of that crap. It's like, hey, I'm gonna
uh,
go. If it's boring, I'm going home. I'm gonna sleep in my own bed. I'm gonna eat my own food. That's a bonus, man. That was the
that
way I
is
was at William and Mary. The problem is I didn't give enough of a crap to go to any of the reunions. I've been to one reunion in the last 32 years. Um, but that's not my point. 30 years ago, I read a book by a guy named A.L. Williams, named Art Williams. He started A.L. Williams Insurance, and he was a bit of a maverick. And the title of his book was "All You Can Do, but all you can do is all you can do, but all you can do is enough." And it's an amazing. Hey, Eugene. Hey, Vicky. It's an amazing speech that you can go look for Art Williams. All you can do on YouTube. I highly recommend it. But one of the things that he said, and this is, I listened to this when I would listen to this audiobook over and over and over and over and over again in my car when I was running around doing calls on real estate agents as a mortgage broker. And the other book I also listened to was The Success System That Never Fails by W. Clement Stone. So the point, though, is that A.O. Williams in his book, he says you beat 50% of the people just by showing up. Just by showing up, you beat 50% of the people in this world. You beat another 40% of the people by being a person of integrity and standing for something and keeping your word. And the last 10%, in his words, not mine, is a dogfight. That's where the competition is. That's where the fun is. That's where the game is. That's where the race is on. But you can beat 90% of the people just by showing up and being a person of integrity and standing for something and keeping your word. And I have noticed lately in the world in general, and I'm not a negative person. You know me. I'm positively pessimistic, as you know, Stu. You've known me long enough. Um, but I have noticed that a large percentage of the world does not operate this way anymore, especially since COVID. People don't show up when they say they're going to show up. Don't have a reason, just don't. Great example. Trying to sell my other house, need a really good lawn care. Guy next door to us at the beach, guy comes and cuts his grass. Asked the guy for a card. He says, "Here you go." Called him up. I need somebody to start taking care of my grass because I'm going to be selling my house. And this is no small house. I mean, this is like 9 acres. I
you
need
need
this
a
taken care
tractor.
of. Yeah, big job,
Yeah.
lucrative job. I'm not, living in a trailer anymore. So the guy says, okay, Monday, when I come Monday to cut the grass next door, you come get me and we'll go over there and we'll take a look. And I was like, that sounds great. So yesterday or Monday, guy doesn't show up. So I'm like, what? So I called him yesterday and he said, yeah, it hadn't been raining. So, my customers down there, I told them, I wasn't coming this week. I said, well, I told you I really need to get this taken care of. He said, well, I don't know what to tell you, man, because I'm not coming down there this week. I said, oh, okay. Well, you have a good day. So it's like, I'm not going to argue with the guy, but, it's like this is happening over and over and over and over. And people are using the excuse of the economy, of COVID, of shortages. I'll tell you another thing that's happened. So as you know, we have a little book we sell called Copywriting Secrets. I don't know, maybe you have a copy. If you don't have a copy, you can go to copywritingsecrets.com, get a free copy. I'll ship it to you. All you have to do is just pay small shipping and handling. I've already paid for the book. So then about 3.5 weeks ago, we noticed our inventory was getting low and Nancy was in the hospital. So I reached out to the customer service person, and I don't normally play the, hey, I'm Jim Edwards card. I never do. I don't ever do that because I'm just Jim Edwards. It's not like that means anything. But this company that we're using is also the one that does all the fulfillment for ClickFunnels and Russell and the .com secrets books and the trilogy and all that stuff. And so, this is a partnership with ClickFunnels, a $100 million company. You would think that would be an important account because we sell a lot of books. So I said, let's order another 4,000 books. She's like, okay. All right, cool. Well, week goes by, no invoice. 2 weeks goes by, no invoice. 3 weeks goes by, no invoice. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Terry's asking me, where's the invoice? They haven't hit the American Express. Contact them. Oh, we can't print them until October 28th. I contact them on September 15th. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And refuses to take any responsibility for it, refuses to do anything. Then they're going to do me a favor and print up a few books for us digitally. Apparently they have a printer that can do perfect bound. But instead of it being the cost of, the books that I ordered, it's almost 4 times as expensive. I'm like, what the hell?
Wow.
And no apology. I will not address my concerns. And I actually sent a nice, nasty email saying, I'm just, one of those things like if you look at somebody instead of yelling them and you say, I'm really disappointed in the way y'all are behaving right now, would be like more soul crushing than anything else.
Yeah,
I sent
that
one
works.
of those.
That's a nice one.
And
Effective.
never acknowledged it.
Wow.
And this morning I get an email. I literally in the last hour have gotten an email. This is it says this is literally all it says. Good morning. I have put this order into production. Thanks. That's the only email I've gotten in response to this whole thing.
Well, does that still mean it's not getting printed till October 28th?
Well, apparently we'll have like 250 copies to try and hold us over to get within a week so that we don't piss customers off. But it's happening over and over and over and over and over and over everywhere you turn. It's like, what the hell? I mean, I understand that people might, there might be a shortage of this, or there's a backup or the accordion effect of stuff that's going on. But at some point, everybody needs to be a friggin' adult again and grow up and do what you say you're going to do. But as I soften my tone a little bit, the lesson here is that if you've got a competitor that's screwing up, kick them while they're down. Be the best provider. Be the person who shows up. Be the person with integrity. Be the person who does what they say they're going to do. Be the person that keeps their word, that delivers the value. And you're going to crush the souls of everybody else because nobody else is doing that anymore. And I don't know if it's ever going to swing back. So that's my little mini rant. But I mean, it's seeping into every frigging
Well, let me share this with you,
every
Jim.
frigging aspect of life. It
Let me
seems like.
share.
Anyway,
Let me share this one with you too, because I have one as well.
uh-huh.
Because I have, a morning workout crew, and all these young men and women join me for this workout. It's a free workout, and they're all training to go to some form of next level training. Like they might be Army, but they're trying to go Rangers. They might be a police officer trying to go SWAT. They might be regular
Right.
guy trying to go Spec Ops. All right. So it requires showing up.
Right.
Right. And so I told them, I said, the minimum standard is you showing up here 6 days a week for the 2 hours that we are here.
Right.
That is just the minimum standard.
Right.
Right. If you really want to crush your next goal, there's another 23 hours of this day that you have to be doing something, sleeping well, not going out partying and drinking and screwing up everything, right? You got to work on your recovery, right? And, showing up hungover, that's not good performance practice. And then, there's another workout that you should probably add to this day.
Right.
Maybe you should go swimming. If you're going Army, you should add a longer ruck. There's other things that you need to be doing. This is just the minimum standard. So it's like you were saying, showing up is really the minimum standard.
Yeah.
Right. You got to go a little bit higher to reach that 90%. And if you're trying to go to a course that 80% doesn't make it, you need to be in that top 20%. Right. So you got to do
top 10%.
Yeah. Preferably the top 10%.
Yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely. So I share your frustration, as I had this same conversation just 3 days ago with my guys. So.
Right. So, and the thing is, we're preaching to the choir, because the people who are here probably don't need to hear the message, and the people who need to hear the message will never hear the message. Vicky makes a great point. She said communication is crucial with courtesy and respect. That's right. Part of just the showing up is the communication, but nobody communicates. I mean, I'd much rather get the bad news out of the way quickly and own up to it every time, all the time, as quickly as possible, and then immediately follow that up with, here's what we're doing about it. Nobody can get pissed at you. I mean, they can, but they really don't have any leverage over you if you admit what's going on and then you say what you have done about it and don't blame other people. Because nothing pisses me off more than somebody who just constantly, it's not my fault, not my fault, not my fault. I don't give a crap whose fault it is. I want to know who's going to take responsibility for fixing it. That's the thing. Who's going to take responsibility? I don't care whose fault it is. Half the stuff that I fix ain't my fault, but I take responsibility for it and take responsibility to figure out how to fix it or figure a way around it. So anyway, there you go. So yeah. I feel better. Thank you for my therapy session this morning, Stu.
You're welcome. I just wanted to share with you, you're not alone. People, people see it. Though for the most part, I will say this, and the kids that show up every day and get the job done, they give me hope for the future. So
sure.
So yeah. there's some good in the world that I see, but like I said, sometimes you just need to smack people a little bit to say, this is the minimum standard, right? This is what is expected of you. And no matter what you're doing, when you're running a business, when you're, dealing with relationships, whatever it is.
Yeah. Cool. So
here's the deal. We were going to talk about what's your project right now? What's your next goal project? Because that's going to segue right into our podcast, which I'll share that one in a few minutes. But
okay, we got time.
Let's finish off the Jim and Stu show with just talking about what's the next recent or upcoming project you're doing. And everybody share what they're working in, and we'll share it on the show.
What are you working on? I mean, I've got a couple. You go ahead. What are you working on? And I'll share what I'm working on.
Well, it's funny. Originally in January, I had planned to put Lulu Express on my Shopify and test that out.
Uh-huh.
And I'd given myself the whole year to do it. Right.
Mhm.
And it was so darn easy because I was over anticipating what it was
Gonna entail.
going to entail, and it didn't
Yeah.
take what I thought, and I was able to actually do it in about 4 days.
You need to write a book, man. The 4-day year.
Yeah, so it took me 4 days because I just crushed it. Well, one other thing too, you motivated me to say, "Hey, Stu, can you figure out this Lulu Express for me? Figure to see if it's something that's possible." And then, man, did it just blew up. I mean, I'm saving literally anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes a day of processing work. That
Wow.
is huge, right? That's a huge hour and a half. So now my next project is my latest book program, everything that we did over the spring and summer this
Mhm.
year, because I changed a few things up, and I'm going to sell that as a spring summer calisthenics cardio cycle,
Uh-huh.
and I'll have that done before the year's up. But I probably won't put it out to sell until like early spring, just to kind of drop it when the weather starts changing. So I got
That's
some
cool.
time to do it, but I'm going to really market it right, and really work on the details of the system that's in the program, get the
Okay.
cover and everything like that. But yeah, that's my next project, my spring summer next year.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, my big thing that I'm doing between now and the end of the year, actually not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, we're launching a whole new site with the John Maxwell team, and I'm pretty excited about that. That's eating up all of my spare time right now. If you saw my calendar, you'd be like, "Dude, what are you? When are you sleeping? When are you?" But it's all going to come together. We're launching that next Saturday.
Cool.
And then we're also we're shaking things up with the Jim Edwards method, and also with 7-day ebook with different entry funnels. We're actually redoing the funnel for 7-day ebook, and we're going to be doing a lot more next year. We're going to be doing a lot more sprints and challenges. So instead of selling information, I want to start selling results. And so, like, Dean and I are going to put together a sprint in December on creating an online course. So that's something people really struggle with, getting that done. And that's something that I've been doing for 20 some years. And so rather than just dumping a course on everybody, let's do it together over the course of 5 days. And that's something that we're going to do a bunch more of next year. So that's the big plan for the next year, and then growing the content, the thing that we're doing with John Maxwell. As soon as we get that launched, then I'm going to break it out everywhere. So yeah, I think it's going to be big. I think I'm hoping it's going to be like, oh my God, big. I really think it will. So I'm excited. So what's everybody else doing?
It seems like it's taking, content marketing and sales copy just to another, not necessarily another direction, but
Right.
another area that it can apply to.
Exactly. And I'm writing another book. I mean, like,
That's cool.
I'm writing. Yes, I wrote a book during the 7-day ebook challenge, but I'm writing I'm writing the prequel to Copywriting Secrets, called Secrets of the Avatar, and that's being edited right now. And I'm real excited about that. That's going to be really, really. I think that one's going to be bigger than Copywriting Secret.
Secret of the Avatar is a really cool one.
Yeah,
I like that idea.
I think it's going to have mass appeal too, because everybody needs it. And I know, not, I tell everybody, don't ever say everybody needs it, but I can figure out a way to go after particular groups and make them know that, hey, I need it.
Something funny that you mentioned just a second ago that it sparked. You ever have one of those dreams that you think it's like you remember it and it's like a deja vu,
Yep.
right? So I just had one of those, right? And
Okay.
I had this dream the other day. I don't know why I was dreaming about the Jim Edwards method, but some
Uh-huh.
reason I was. And I remember going into the system and I found the section where it was all broken up into what your job was. So what you actually did. So I went to the fitness section and I applied all the, I was applying all of the scripts and wizards
hmm
that applied to the fitness section, right? And then I noticed, there's the real estate section, there's the entrepreneur section, whatever job you had, there was a section that was designed for you specifically.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's
I
cool.
just wanted to drop that on.
That
you.
made me think of I need to get someone who's really, really proficient at using the scripts and get people who really know a certain thing, a certain niche
Or
to
it could
go
be
through
altered
and
just a little bit too, and within the software to pertain to
yeah,
that piece of the business market.
I like it.
Anyway,
Um,
just thought I'd give you an idea that I had in my dream.
no, I like it. I like it. Well, I like it a lot actually. Got me thinking. So let's see what everybody else is working on. So Robert's working on building a team of VAs, making standard operating procedures, tracking how long they take to do, and building a training or support program. That's awesome. That's a really smart thing to do because that will help you if you have to, plug new people into your system or you need to expand or teach other people how to do it. That's smart.
Mm-hmm.
Linnell's working on my first 2 flagship keynote presentations as a speaker. That's good. Make sure in the Jim Edwards Method Premium, use the custom presentation wizard. Heather's working on a new health and wellness website, which is a collaboration of well-qualified nutrition coaches and personal trainers with a focus on deep health and recipes that include hand-sized portions. Nice.
That's a
like
good
it.
one. That's so important. I tell you what, man, portion control. So hard.
What do you mean? As much as you put on damn plate.
Telling you,
it's easy to have
portion control is for Americans. Portion control is out of control, right? It is just, a hand-sized portion is like if you had 3 hand-sized portions on a plate. Some people have these big old dog mitts that.
Yeah. Here's a hand-sized portion.
Here's a hand-sized portion. Yeah.
The problem is everybody's got nom nom. They look at food and they go nom 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 nom. It's like Pac-Man.
Yeah, my goal is to just try to eat so when I'm done, I'm not crazy full.
Yeah.
Just like I can't move.
Well, the Japanese have a thing where they try and get 80% full. When you're 80% full, stop.
That's smart.
So anyway, when I'm 80% full, then it's time to start thinking about dessert. Just playing.
80% is the new 100%.
50s are the new 30. Vicky's learning the KDP Kindle Desktop Publishing hardcover system and creating 20 YouTube videos for affiliate marketing. That's cool.
Nice.
Let's see. Sean says 7-day ebook program is one of the best programs I've done in years. First book sent to Fiverr this morning. Awesome. Good for you, Sean. That's amazing. Good for you. Leslie is bundling 2 of her courses in anticipation of Black Friday. Excuse me. Somebody's planning ahead.
Yeah, smart.
I will say that I have heard if you are doing anything, I have heard if you're shipping anything, start getting people to buy now because shipping is slowing way down. I have also experienced and have heard from multiple sources now that there is a paper shortage and a labor shortage in the publishing industry, and that getting books printed is apparently a pain in the tuchus. Yep. So start planning for that, or perhaps use that as a reason for people to buy your ebook. Tell them, hey, want to avoid the shortage, want to avoid the problems that you're going to run into with paper stuff? go ahead and do the electronic version while other people are waiting for their physical book to show up. You'll already be downloading and enjoying and benefiting from this amazing information that's going to help you this benefit, and this benefit without this pain. Damn, I'm writing in code right
Oh,
there.
I like it. I like it.
I like that. Leslie says next year she wants to write a series of children's books. That's good. Edward says hiring and training 4 new techs to fulfill my services so I can have a 4-hour work week. I hate to break it to you, man. 4-hour work week is a lie. It's a lie used to just sell books. It's a lie. Just saying. I'm sorry.
I can do a 4-hour work day if I'm being lazy, but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it, but whatever. That's cool though. I mean, if you can make it work for you, let me know. Craig says working on a course to start and run a website design company without knowing how to code anything. There you go. Kevin says working on creating a lead funnel challenge for list building. That's good. I like that. Eugene says putting FB ad copy together for my conversion campaign. That's smart. Leslie's so supportive too. She's like supporting everybody in here. We can give a big shout out to Leslie because she's telling everybody they're doing a good job. There you go. So Sean says his book is the first book is 10x personal success formula for realtors, insurance agents, mortgage originators, etc. I know a little. I've been every one of those.
Yeah.
I've been a realtor. I've been an insurance agent. I've been a mortgage originator. Chicken soup for the soul. That's cool. All right. So everybody's got their plan. They're working. They're going to work their plan. Just anticipate. But I'm telling you, that's the other thing. Like on Facebook and with content marketing and stuff. If you just show up. You just show up consistently and things start happening, but everybody wants to be an influencer in 30 days. You know, I want 100,000 followers in 30 days. If you want to do that, you best get naked and it best be worth seeing. I'm serious. I mean, that's the only way you're going to do it. You best get naked in public, do something crazy because it ain't going to happen any other way unless you've got like $1 million to spend on ads or you get lucky. You know, you do like my son-in-law and single-handedly lift a car off of a woman and have it on your body camera and you get 1 million views in a week. The problem is that the kid didn't figure out how to monetize it. It's not like he's selling a squat course now, you know, like squats. He should have teamed up with Stu and said, you might know me from TV from when I lifted a car single-handedly off a woman who was trapped on the side of Route 17. Well, you're going to wonder how I was able to do that. It's because Stu Smith and I focused on squats. It's leg day, everybody. And for $99.97, you're going to be able to get my Squat Saves Lives course. What do you think?
I love it. I think that's great.
But he didn't do it. Kid don't listen to me.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to do when you're, still in the job.
Anyway, I mean,
conflicts of interest.
He could hit the top of his cop uniform, but wear silkies, wear them silky shorts for the bottom because it's leg day, baby.
Yeah, every day's leg day.
So anyway,
don't skip leg day.
Oh, okay. Okay, you want to do the podcast now?
Sure, we're on number 134.
Woohoo! All right,
and it's going to be a perfect segue from our topics that we have since discussed.
Awesome. All right. Well, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. Jim Edwards here, and welcome to the Sales Copywriting and Content Marketing Hacks Podcast, episode 134. I'm your host, Jim Edwards, along with my trusty co-host and podcast producer, Mr. Stu Smith. Welcome, Stu.
Hello, Jim.
And today, Stu, we are talking about what?
Well, we are going to talk about what your next to-do is. What is on your to-do list? What is on your to-do list and how to go about accomplishing it before that goal timeline that you have set for yourself? So
give us an example.
Can you complete something before New Year? Can you complete it before Black Friday or Cyber Monday? Right? Can you set a goal for a new product or service launch and make it happen within a certain period of time? A new book, new program, new service, new script. Caster Wizard app, perhaps. You know,
Uh-huh.
what is your to-do list? We kind of prepped everybody with the topic for the Jim and Stu show of just getting stuff done. And now let's figure out the way to get it done. There you go.
Okay.
So my example is this.
Okay.
I have a normal set routine.
Okay.
And I think we all tend to be creatures of habit.
Mhm.
And fitting in something that is new within that system
Mhm.
can be difficult
Mhm.
sometimes because you just
Mhm.
basically have to make time for it, and something else gets
Mhm.
dropped a little bit when you're really focusing on something new.
Uh-huh.
So what I tend to do is this. I tend to keep my morning focused on my normal job
Mhm.
creativity. So I
Mhm.
get my articles done. I get my workout done, get my articles done, get this podcast done, right? And when all that's over, I then make an immediate transition, maybe take a little break, have lunch, or go do a quick workout, run, swim, or something. Just get some fresh air. And I come
Mhm.
back refreshed
Mhm.
and into something new. My afternoon is something new, where typically my afternoon is kind of an administrative side of my day where
Mhm.
I focus on the kind of the back end of the store.
Mhm.
But when I'm working on something new, I
Mhm.
bump that to the right a little bit and focus solely on that new project where I'm still kind of in my morning creativity mode, but not quite out of it yet.
Yep.
And then later in the day, whenever I have to deal with stuff, maybe even after dinner, I might stay up a little later and handle all the back end stuff of the business. So my days get longer. There when you're trying to put something new on the to-do list, you have to expect that day to maybe get a little longer. But when you're rolling, it's fun. I mean, that's the fun part about it. Like what you're doing right now with the Maxwell group.
Yeah.
You are busting your butt with your schedule, but that's the fun part of this.
It's the artist part of you wants to come out. I was interesting because I was at a training, Funnel Hacking Live. Tony Robbins spoke. He said there are basically three individuals you need in your organization. You need the artist creator, you need the entrepreneur, aggressive salesperson, and you need the manager. And when we're solopreneurs, we switch those hats on and off. And sometimes for a lot of us, we love to wear the artist hat more than we get off on making stuff when we should be getting off on selling stuff. And so you got to find that balance. You and I've talked about that a lot,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
you've even said, okay, I'm not going to write any books this year. I'm just going to concentrate on selling what I've got.
Yeah,
And
that's a good
then,
year.
right. Well, I was just going to say, and that was one of your best years ever.
Yeah.
So interestingly enough, you expand when you've got something that you're really hitting on, you expand your day. I'm going to say forward. I expand my day backwards, meaning I would rather get up earlier than stay up later because
Okay.
of my creative stuff. So I'm going to actually show you guys because I'm in the middle of this, and I noticed, last week, and I've shown you guys my daily planner sheet thing that I use. This is what I use to plan my day, but sometimes this isn't enough because I don't know if you use Google Calendar or not. A lot of people do. I use it to kind of plan my days and my calendar and keep track of appointments and everything. And what was happening is all these important appointments were happening, or urgent appointments were happening, and I was working more than ever during the day, but I wasn't getting anything done towards these big goals. And it's like you say, and I know this, have known this too, but you say it eloquently. If it's not on the schedule, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And so what I have to do is literally start scheduling the stuff that I need to do. It's not because it's not going to get done. So have to go schedule, make videos, schedule, and it's an appointment, just like an appointment for yourself. And
Yep.
but if you don't know what you're going to be doing, like when I was a mortgage loan officer, I used to if you want to have a full schedule, you got to have a full schedule. And I hated looking at my appointment book. This is back when you actually had an appointment book with paper.
Oh, yeah.
And I would schedule making calls. If I didn't have an appointment, I made an appointment in my book to go call on realtors. And that developed the habit of going and calling on realtors. Because if I wasn't doing a loan app or doing a pre-qual, or following up on existing deals, I needed to be out looking for new business. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to actually share it with you, show you guys my screen this week from my schedule. This is my actual calendar. This is my calendar for the week. And you notice at 5 o'clock, from 5 to 7 is the most important creative task of the day. This is where I'm writing sales copy. I wrote a whole sales letter this morning.
Nice.
But when I'm doing something new, guess what this does? That goes back to 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll get up at 4 and work from 4 to 7. But I know that past 5. Oh, and look at this. I noticed that everybody was like, hey, can you do an interview? Hey, can you do this? Like from the event. And I'm grateful for that. But stuff was starting to fill up. And I'm like, dude, I got to get some stuff done. So I went ahead and preempted anything. And there's my appointment. Get my stuff done.
Yeah.
And, I know what I need to get done. I've got my big old whiteboard over here with the stuff that I got to get done. But I mean, that's the only way to get it done. And when you start, like we got our Monday team meeting, then we have our daily catch-up meeting and stuff. So that's gone. Then I got the Jim and Stu show. I got the Dean and Jim show. I got Beat That Headline. I got, stuff with all these little half hours and hours start adding up. And if you don't claim the time to work on the stuff, pretty much you're just going to be doing nothing but stuff that don't make you no money, as they say down at the West Virginia Language Academy. So you've got to schedule it in there, but it's interesting. I agree with you 100% about when you're doing something big, if you can't take something off, which I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. I mean, there was other stuff I was doing. I had to make a choice. We ain't doing this anymore. But even then, if you can't take off, you're going to have to lengthen it out. You can't do it forever though. No. It can't become the new norm because your wife will freak the hell out.
Yeah, it'll burn you out too.
Yeah, and you'll burn out. Like right now, I'm struggling with getting all of my workouts in. I mean, getting all parts of my workout in. It's like I'm getting my workout in, but it's like, man, I'm just running out of time. And I hate that. So I got to work on it. But for me, you extend yours after dinner. Me, I got to extend mine in the morning because after 5, dude, I'm not worth a damn. I mean, I'm really not. But
I've tried a few times, like before my 6 a.m. workout, like wake up at 5, maybe even before 5, and actually get some, stuff done in the office. And it's not bad. I mean, I can do it, if I really needed to do it.
Right.
Especially if I'm, kind of half asleep anyway, because I'm thinking about all the stuff I have to do.
Right.
And I can't sleep anyway. I'm like, might as well get up and go do it. And that's when I turn that 4:30 into that 4:30, 5 o'clock into that extra to-do list time.
Well, it's understanding your biorhythms too. That's like the that Dan Pink book, When, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
It's understanding when. See, I'm my most creative first thing in the morning, and then my brain gets going 100 miles an hour, and then I get tired, and that's when I want to go work out. It's almost, I want to go work out to forget about and reset my brain. And then I have breakfast and do my thing. And I come back in for like the second shift. So I can't do it all the time, but I do it pretty consistently. So. Anyway,
yeah.
I don't know if that answered your question, but.
No, it does. I just wanted to try to share like a methodology to doing stuff. When you have a to-do list and you have a goal, with a timeline set to it, we all tend to set up these, I don't want to call them arbitrary timelines in business because they usually mean something, right? The timeline, you want this done before the new year. You want this done before Black Friday.
Right.
I was reading that some businesses are starting to do, instead of waiting to Black Friday, they're starting these October,
now.
like deal days, I think they called them. Yeah, deal days.
Amazon's doing it.
Yeah, deal days. So it's there's a reason why you try to set yourself up on this really kind of, if you think about it, a short-term timeline that
Sure.
you can up the energy levels a little bit temporarily to get the job done, have it done by that time, and then from then now your schedule opens up again and you focus on marketing
Right.
that project and service.
I think a lot of what happens though is people focus on there's two things. There's time leaks in the day, and then people are focused on trying to get everything done all at once. So, for example, after this, I've got 30 minutes. Okay. During that 30 minutes, I could jerk around and be like, well, I don't have enough time to get this sales letter written. But during that 30 minutes, I do have enough time. If I break down the whole task of I need new sales letter for new one-time offer for my ebook. If I break that down into headlines, video, sales letter, script, opening story, bullets, offer stack. If I have like 5 or 6 things, I write those 5 or 6 things. And now instead of trying to get that one big thing done that's going to take like 5 hours in a row, 10 hours, I have something, okay, this is going to take me about 30 minutes. I can do this now. I can do this a little later on. And then by the end of the day, you've plugged those time leaks of 15, 30-minute things in between stuff that you make them work for you. But you've got to plan for it. You've got to break it down. I wrote it. One of the most popular articles I've ever written was years ago was Hidden Profits in Spare Change Time.
Ooh, love
and
it.
I listed off all the things you could do in 10 or 15-minute increments. Little 10-minute things, man. You can make 2 quick phone calls in 10 minutes. You can set that appointment. You can follow up on that thing. You can check the status of something. You can, go work on 2 things in a script. You can, if you break it down instead of looking at it as the whole. I mean, if I'd have known that back in the day, like in college and stuff, when all of us did our term papers the night before, I would have just broken it down. Okay, 3 hours of drinking every night. It's like you talk about don't show up to PT. I remember puking my guts out running next to the Golden Horseshoe in Williamsburg, the golf course. We'd been out drinking. My buddy Cranston and I were drinking, and then I had to show up for PT. And I mean, I just blew everywhere. And the master sergeant looked at me and all he said was, "Feel better?" I said, "Yes, Master Sergeant." I just kept on going. And
the 80s were different, weren't they?
They were
the 80s were different
it was
time.
Different time. But the point though is that if I'd have broken it down like, okay, let me spend a day, just one day, and plan out the whole semester of, okay, I got these 3 papers, so I need to have the outline done for this paper by this. I need to have, just if I'd have used a couple hours a day, like, read 20 pages, then go drink, read 30 pages, then go drink, I mean, whatever, because that's all it was, living in the fraternity house.
Had to be in the schedule.
I probably could have graduated with better than a 2.3. But then I might have actually gotten a job and then we wouldn't be here. So it all worked out for the best, but hindsight's foresight. But you can do that now. It's like, hey, I know I got to have, I want to have this offer ready for Black Friday, which means I got to have a sales letter. I got to have a video sales letter. I got to have the shopping cart set up. I got to have these graphics done. I mean, you just make the freaking list. And that's like, okay, so I got to have this done on this date, this done on this date, this done on this date. Then what I have learned is however long I think it's going to take, multiply it by 2.4. So if I think it's going to take an hour, it's actually going to take 2.5 hours. If I think it's going to take a day, it's going to take 2.5 days because of all the other crap that pops up. If I think it's going to take a week, it's going to take 2.4 weeks. Call it 2.5. All right. And when I do that, Susan will attest to this, that everything works great. We get stuff done. But as soon as I start leaving, okay, like I had this 2-hour block on a Friday and I'm like, okay, write sales letter. That shit's not going to happen. It's not. Who are you kidding? And
Yeah,
you're doing it on a Friday too, a Friday afternoon. Oh yeah, sure. You bet. It's really going to get written and done then. No, it's not. And so that's,
Yeah, I
did
tell
that
you what,
answer your
Jim.
question?
No, that does really well. And in fact, the spare change time really hits home because, I've done both.
Right.
I've said, well, I have 30 minutes. I got to go do this. I got 30 minutes before I have to leave. Screw it. I'm just going to go early. Yeah, right. And just
Right.
like not going to do it. Or I race, I compete with myself. I'm like, how much of this can I get done in 30 minutes?
Right.
Right. And it's like that whole compete or survive mode, right? That we tend to go into. If
And
you can try to stay in that compete mode, you're
does this
probably gonna
sound
be
mean
more
anything to you,
competitive.
Stu? Did you hear that?
Was it the beep beep?
You're it's the
Oh
beep,
yeah, the start.
That beep is the signal to get your ass in gear.
Yes.
It's like that's I will use the, like, even doing the chickens, cleaning out the chicken coop. I can clean out the entire chicken coop in 35 minutes because I'm timing myself and I turned it into a competition.
Absolutely.
Okay, how long is it going to take me to change the chicken's water? How fast can I do this? How can I get this article written well? How fast can I, get this video thing done or get this other thing? Or I think it's called the Pomodoro method. Just know that I'm going to focus for 22 minutes without stopping. And you build that muscle of getting stuff done. But just what you said, building that competitive drive within yourself to say, okay, I know I can't get it finished, but how far can I get?
Yep.
And I'll do that with the workout. It's, you're working your way through the workout and everything. And then Steve's like, okay, cool down with the 1 to 10 pyramid, push pull pyramid. I was like, dude, I got 7 minutes left. And it's like, well, you could do, I can hear your
Plenty
voice.
of time.
That's plenty of time to do that.
Come on.
I don't even making you run in between. It's like, but that's that competitiveness and the stopwatch is a great way to do that.
Stopwatch is a great tool, and it gives you an idea of just how much you can get done in a certain period of time.
Right.
Like I know I can mow my front yard in about 20 minutes.
Right.
I can bag 5 bags of leaves in about 7 minutes. Right. If I have the pile already pre-made. So I'll go make the piles in about 5 minutes, and then I'll take a break, come back, bag the pile up in about 7 minutes. So you get these times of things that you can do in a certain amount of time, and then you try to beat that time.
Right.
It just gives you the newfound energy to get stuff done.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can blow all my leaves over into my neighbor's yard in 2 minutes. So, I mean, that's just saying.
Yeah. But you can apply, like I said, I'm just applying it to everything, but I apply it to writing articles. I apply it, like this morning, I had 10 minutes before the Jim and Stu show. I posted a video critique on TikTok and posted it also on Instagram. So I was able to do that in like 2.5 minutes. Boom. Right. It was just one of those things that was a time leak while I was waiting for you to send me the link to start. I was getting stuff done. So,
yeah, absolutely. And, I'm going to address probably something that's going through some people's minds. Nobody here live, of course, but you might be sitting there going, you guys
are really that competitive? I mean, what about quality? What about just, do you guys really do that?
And my answer to that is, yeah, because what's the alternative? Sitting around, jerking around? I mean, it's like, if you want to get something done, you want to get it done. You want to get it done and get it done right. You want to get it done while we're young enough to get the benefit from it. Not there's no prize given for the person who takes the longest, and done well and relatively quickly sure beats perfect that took forever. So, am I saying that you rush everything? No, but what I'm saying is jerking around for just the sake of jerking around is costing you a lot more time than it's making you money.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we fall into this all the time. The week goes by. I mean, dude, it's Wednesday already.
I know.
And it's like, crap, where'd the week go? And as you get older, where the hell did the year go? I mean, we're still bitching about COVID-19, which implies 2019, and it's 2021's almost over. I mean, I'm serious. It was, 2020 sucked. Well, hey, Chuckles, 2021's almost over. What the heck?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just picking up speed. So you got to manage it. This is the one life you get. This is it. This is it. And we all get the same 24 hours a day. That's the one thing rich people don't have over poor people is more hours in the day. We all got the exact same resource. We're all breathing the same air. You might have been born with or without some opportunities, but at some point you take over the reins of your own horse of life, and it's up to you to learn how to ride it, care for it, feed it, and do all the things you need to do. Turned into a thoroughbred or old nag pulling a plow on a barren patch of ground somewhere. It's up to you.
Ouch.
Whew. Wow.
That was inspirational as hell.
Your own horse of life.
That's
I
right.
like that. That's good. That's good.
I had somebody ask me, do you like have a list of that stuff? No, I make that crap up on the fly. That's just it's what you get. What else we got, Stu? Anything?
I think that's it for today, but I want to
Okay.
challenge the group who's still listening to us to come back and let's talk about some of the different ways you're going to market Black Friday and Cyber Monday this year. What are you going to do? Is it going to be all social media? It's going to do newsletters. What is it? How are you going to make it work for you this year? I think we may
I hadn't
talk
even thought about doing. Let's talk about this a little bit differently, though, dude. Everybody and their freaking silly brother is doing something on Black Friday. So do you? It's that rub of, should you do something on Black Friday or should you do something before Black Friday? Should you do something? I mean, people are sitting around on Black Friday with their credit card out, but but if you're not going to do something on Black Friday, then you need to do something.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, I'm not doing that because everyone else is doing it. Okay, well then you can sit at home and slap yourself. I don't care. But my point is that if you're not going to do that, then do something.
Yeah.
But are you going to do something on Black Friday, Stu?
You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to have a series of pop-up ads on my website on Black Friday. I'm not going to do anything on Black Friday, but pretty much the week of Black Friday, I'm going to hit it hard. So instead of like waiting for Friday, it's going to be on Monday.
Okay.
Right.
But are you gonna only put it on your website, or are you gonna mail your list?
Oh, I'll let everybody know. Yeah.
Are you gonna tell them what the deal is, or are you just gonna tell them go over to the site to check out the deal?
Email list. I haven't quite figured out. That's why I was trying to hash this out with everybody.
That's why I'm asking you.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out, how I'm going to do it. But I think I'm going to have put it this way. I'm going to have a different strategy for Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Okay.
And it may begin a week prior to both.
Okay.
So it might be 1 week from Black Friday sale, right? 1 week from Cyber Monday sale. Yeah, we're a week ahead of schedule.
Right. My question though is, if you said you're going to have pop-up deals, like a different deal on your website every day.
Yes.
But my question is, are you going to tell people in the email what the deal is, or are you just going to say there's a deal on my website, go over there to see it? That was my question, because I mean, if you tell them in the email and then they're not interested, then they won't go to your website. But if you don't tell them, it might be a bunch of, it's kind of like, the Amazon deals where you show up and you're not sure what you're going to get, but those people have too much time on their hands, mainly my wife. But anyway,
yeah, I don't
digress.
know. I was trying to figure out how to do it, and I may wind up setting all the pop-ups on a timer that lasts for like 20 seconds, and then you get a new one. You get a new one in 20 seconds, get a new one in 30 seconds. So the longer you're on the site, you'll see more deals.
Okay.
Don't know yet. I'm trying to figure that out. So anyway,
What
I wanted to do for the group was to say next Jim and Stu show that we open up before we do the podcast, we're going to talk about some strategies for the next big sale
holiday
days.
season.
Holiday season. Yeah.
My thought, I mean, do you want to know my little brainstorm right now or should I save it?
Let's hear
it.
Okay. No, let's say it.
So
share it again next week too.
My thought would be to do a combination, like to have a deal of the day, like have a deal of the day every day for that week leading up to it. And then some days you tell them what the deal of the day is in the email or the social media. It's like, man, it's a crazy deal. If you ever wanted this, or this, crazy deal today. Others would be mystery deal, and it's only available until this time. And so you have stuff that expires, before the end of the day. It's not good for the whole day. So like mix it up so it doesn't get repetitive, and start thinking up cool stuff like a different thing of the day. So today's deal of the day is this, the doorbuster. Okay, the doorbuster would be the first one. This is just a crazy, holy crap, never thought, oh my Jesus, let me get this before he changes his mind. Another one I would do would be a limited quantity deal. So it's like, I've only got 50 of these, and as soon as you do it, that they're gone. The next day could be, this is the mystery deal. You got to go over to the website to check this out. But I tell you what, when you see this, it's going to blow your freaking mind. So it's the doorbuster, it's the limited time, it's the limited quantity, it's the mystery deal. And then I would have another one that was a limited time, like some weird time. At 5:53 p.m. today, Eastern time, this deal's gone and you'll never see it again ever as long as we live. So that's 4 days. And then I would have, like, the 5th day, I would have some kind of a Lollapalooza bundle offer. So it would be like a high ticket thing where it's like, oh my, it's like, oh my God, this is, better grab this before Stu changes his mind. So those things, I mean, that would keep you busy all week.
I think it's going to be fun.
Days,
like I said, and it gives you something different to do compared to your competitors out there that are going to do a Cyber Monday and a Black Friday sale.
Right.
It's just something. It's almost like Cyber Week, right? You're just doing something all week.
We need to think, one thing we should talk about and discuss next time, and everybody bring your A game on this, because I think this is going to be pretty cool. How can we make it fun and engaging? So what would be things that we could do to make it fun and engaging? Funny videos, costumes.
Mr. Pickles. Hey, baby, we're selling cases of my juice at half price.
But how can you make it fun? How can you make it engaging? How could we separate ourselves from everybody else who's doing the exact freaking thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, this could be pretty epic, actually.
Yeah.
Hell, we could turn this into a course.
Yeah, do something with testimonial.
Like yeah. Testimonial day. That's day 6. Yeah. It's testimonial day. Hey, and one thing I'm going to give you credit for this, and then we got to wrap this up. But on my Wednesday newsletter, we've started including a testimonial every Wednesday in the newsletter. We include a testimonial, and guess what I'm getting more and more of? Testimonials.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah,
people are sending in unsolicited testimonials because they're seeing testimonials.
Yep.
And it's pretty cool.
What's even cooler is when you see it on a social media post.
Right.
And then people start commenting their testimonials in the post.
Yeah. Yeah.
The comments. So that's another way to
absolutely
keep
Vicky
it
had a good idea. Games and costumes. Oh, hello, Halloween. That's a great that's a good thought too. Halloween's coming up before Cyber thing. We should talk about Halloween too next week.
There you go.
All right, cool. Well, we gotta go, but hope y'all enjoyed the podcast. I hope you enjoyed the Jim and Stu show. We always enjoy having you with us. We enjoy being had, and we appreciate you sharing your time with us. All I ask is that you give us a little like or a hate or a angry
Heart hug.
something. Yeah, one of the weird heart hug things. No, don't do that. So anyway, we appreciate y'all, and we'll see you next time on the Jim and Stu Show. Bye bye, everybody.